I-20 and passport. So the visa officer asked, "What are you going to do at Ball State University?" RK replied, "I am going to pursue my master's degree in school counseling, and school counseling is a branch in educational psychology that seeks to provide academic support to students and also cater for psychosocial and emotional needs through counseling and therapy." So the visa officer nods and said, "Okay." Here, RK clearly articulated why she wanted to pursue a master's degree in school counseling, explaining that it's a branch in educational psychology. This shows a genuine academic goal, which is essential for a student visa application. So the visa officer asked, "What gave you the passion to pursue this course?" RK replied, "I currently work as an administrator, and from my prior knowledge of psychology, I double as a guidance coach at our home international school, and I get opportunity to listen to students' problems and challenges. And sometimes they present to me difficult situations that I lack the skills to provide them with the right support." Here, the visa officer cut in. Now you can see that she tied her choice of program to her current work experience, explaining that she already serves as a guidance coach and encounters challenges in providing adequate support to students. This background underscores her need for specialized training, which adds credibility to her intent to study in the US. The fact that her family owns a school where she currently works might have indicated to the visa officer that RK has strong ties to her home country, making it more likely that she will return after her studies in the US. So the visa officer asks again, "I can see you have a deficit. Who will take care of that?" RK replied, "My dad." So the visa officer asked, "What does he do?" RK replied, "He's a businessman into the distribution of Nestle products across three northern regions in Ghana." Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's live session. I hope you're all doing well. It's actually been a while. Hopefully, today I'm able to respond to your messages. So, today I have three. Well, I don't know if I have three students. I had two students, and I'm supposed to have three students, one from Ghana, one from Nigeria, and one from Ethiopia. So, we are going to find out if they are ready to get their visas approved. Every week I get a lot of students reaching out about how they can join the mock session, and it's just the same thing, right? You just have to wait for the end of the live session, and then just be in the Telegram group and look around. After a while, you're likely to get the uh like an instruction about what you need to send. So we require certain details. Once we get the details, then we select students, right? We try to select three students, and these days we are trying to make it one Ghanaian, one Nigerian, then one student from another place, another country. That is a goal, but it also depends on, like, if a week I don't get anyone from Nigeria or from Ghana, then so it depends, but that is generally what we are trying to do. This mock session is just more like the kind of mock session I do privately, and also it's not as comprehensive as a private one, because a private one is supposed to be 30 minutes, and so but this one is in a way trying to get some information from the students. And the private market is also not I don't have access to anything except just few details about the student. So I don't have access to certain things about the student that can also sometimes in a way determine the chances of the student. So this is for me to just listen to the answers as a visa officer and then give my opinion on the answers. And because I'm human, I can always make mistakes, or I can always forget certain things, right? Because when I'm busily writing something, like notes, I can forget something. So if I forget something and then you hear it, like if you spot something, of course, let me know so that I can let these students also know about that. But I'm trying to do my best. Okay, that is the whole point. Let me know the country you're watching this from, and like I said, I don't know if I said it, but if you have any question, please leave it in the chat. I'm going to do my best to answer all your questions. So we are going to start with, okay, so on my screen there is only one student. I only see Comfort, and I don't see the two other people. One of them is trying to join, and I generally don't like that kind of thing where a student tries to join after I have started a live session. I just don't like that kind of thing, because if you take something seriously, then Oh, okay. I've made a mistake actually. Um, I don't know if you had it. So, um, oh, comfort. You're the only one who can hear me. So it's like I'm supposed to go. I'm supposed to be live, but then it looks like the setting that I have here makes the thing private instead of public. So that's okay. I hope this corrects it. Let me save it and see if this works out. Okay, it's public now. Hopefully this works out. Okay. All right. Charlotte. Let me just add Charlotte and okay. All right, Charlotte.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. So you are late. What happened?
I was I entered it was telling me waiting for the host to accept. So
No,
I
you
was in since 5:55.
no 5:55. You were not here. If you were here, I would have seen you. Those who were here 5:55, I added them. You were not here. You joined after I had already started. But it's just because I had not. It's not been long since I started, so I added you. But normally I wouldn't do that because I feel like if you really want this thing badly, because it's like there are so many students and I select maybe three or so, right? Because I always want three students. I don't want more than three students. So if three out of let's say 12 students and then one of the three doesn't show up, it's like, yeah, maybe the person doesn't take it seriously. So then I could have selected somebody else. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm going to start with comfort. So comfort,
Yes, sir.
what are you going to study?
I'm studying
Comfort, are you there? I guess I don't know if probably the network. Hello, comfort. You may want to turn off your camera because if you turn off your camera, the internet doesn't have to be too good for me to hear you actually. So if your internet is not good, then you probably want to turn off your camera. Okay, that can help the stream. Okay, comfort, are you there? Hello, comfort, are you there? I don't know what's going on with the internet. Hello, comfort. Hello, hello.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, Charlotte, can you hear me?
Okay. Hello, please, can you hear me?
Is it Charlotte?
Yes, Charlotte. My network is going on and off. Please, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. Okay. I wanted to start with comfort, but it looks like I cannot hear, so I'm just going ahead to start with Charlotte. So Charlotte, who is sponsoring your studies? Hello, hello, Charlotte. I don't know to this network. Hmm. Okay, I don't know what to do because you guys, your networks are not helping. Okay, so those of you who have just joined, if you have any question, just let me know. Okay, this is the opportunity for me to um, respond to all your questions. A lot of students will be sending me so many messages. Meanwhile, those messages, like I mean TikTok. On TikTok, I where I am, I'm not able to record a voice, so it's like I have to type, and some questions will require me to type a lot. So I don't have that kind of time because there are so many students asking different questions. So if you join a live session, then that is the that is a good chance for me to be able to explain whatever your question is about. Like I can give you detailed answer to whatever your question is about. But students will not join live session, right? Because they are too busy, and then they want to reach out about specific questions. That's not how it works. So um yeah, okay, let me work on let me change the thumbnail because I'll probably have to delete this because I don't know what's happening today. That's what happens when you take a break and then you come back. Sometimes like you have to figure out a whole lot of things, right? Okay, hopefully this works out. All right. Comfort, can you hear me? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah. Uh is it Comfort or Charlotte? Hello?
Hello. My network is it is raining here.
Okay, I see.
Hello, please,
I,
can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. Can you also hear me?
The network is very bad.
Can you also hear me?
This is Shalom.
Charlotte is gone. Yeah. But what about Comfort? Comfort, I see you're still here. Can you hear me? Hmm. Today today's today's why is everyone experiencing network problems? Okay, Kumsa. Hello.
Hello. This is Charlotte.
All right. Charlotte, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm going to start with you. Hopefully we're able to get through this. All right. So let me begin with who is funding your studies?
My education is fully funded by Interstaff with an amount of 30,000 US dollars per year. Interstaff is a staffing agency in the US that provides scholarships to students from undergraduate to PhD students.
Network. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes you're helpless. You don't know what to do about the situation, right? That is how I feel right now. Because I don't know how I can help with the stream. Your network, yeah, your networks are not helping. So it's like there's really nothing I can do. Yeah. So yeah, it is what it is. So in order not to, okay, let me just go into the comment section. I guess I mean we are not able to do mock session today, so okay. I mean at least I can answer some questions. Those of you have been able to join. Kelechi. So the how to join the mock session is just straightforward. All you have to do is be in the Telegram group. When we request for certain details, you just send it. And then once we get the details, we select three students. Ideally, we select three students. Okay, so that's just the way it works. So yeah, but no one has an advantage over another. It's just it depends on how many students. It could be like 12 students, 15 students. It depends. So okay, um, and then Hajia says, Big bro Shaibu, is it good to go with your maternal uncle as your sponsor? I mean, your mom's elder brother. I heard that now views deny students. Immediately you say uncle is sponsoring you. Well, Hajia, just think about it. If, let's say, your cost of attendance is, let's say, 30,000, and then you have an uncle who is going to spend $30,000 on you, convert $30,000 to Ghana cedis. That is so much money. So most of the time, 90% of the time, if somebody says an uncle, there is a the person is probably coming to the US to try and then Charlotte, please turn off the YouTube, okay? Turn off the YouTube.
Hello. Are you
Turn
turn
off
it off?
yes, turn off the YouTube. Okay. So
Okay.
so yeah, and if you present an uncle, even me, if you come to me and you tell me your uncle is sponsoring you, I'm not going to believe you. That's just the way it is. So if you know, but then if you have a deficit of, let's say, 10,000 or 8,000 or maximum 15,000, and then you have an uncle who is taking care of the deficit, then it's fine, right? That one is okay. We can understand. But if you don't have any funding at all, your uncle, that is very difficult. Or even, let's say, your cost of attendance is 100,000, but then you have an uncle who is sponsoring you with, sorry, you have a scholarship of, let's say, 70,000, so you have a deficit of 30,000. Even though 30,000 is a lot, when you compare that in relation to your cost of attendance, that will get your visa approved. It will be it will be understood. So these things, it's not straightforward like that. But uncle as your sole sponsor is not a good idea. Like, try and get some funding, okay? But you can still go ahead, and then if you want to use an uncle, my advice is that you should be working in your uncle's company. That will give you a better chance. If you are already working in your uncle's company, then that will make sense to some extent. It's not like automatically you are going to be approved, but it makes sense to some extent. Okay. So yeah, that's how it is. Joel, it's raining here, so that's why the network is working. So I guess it's raining in Ghana and Nigeria, so maybe that's why. Um, Tilly says it's raining. Okay, in some part of Ghana. Okay, Isa, Isa, thank you. Karen, hi Karen. It's been a while. I haven't heard from you, Karen, in a while. Okay, I hope everything is fine. Let me see if I can. Comfort, can you hear me? Kumsa, Charlotte.
Yes.
Okay, so let's start. The thing is that if I hope we're able to get through, because if this doesn't work, then you guys have to probably forget about it, because I don't want to start and then start again with the same person, like that kind of thing. That is not helpful. So hopefully we are able to get through this. So tell me about your program.
Please, is me, Charlotte?
Yeah, Charlotte. Yeah, tell me about your program.
I'm going to pursue a 2-year master's degree in nursing with a specialization in nurse leadership at Ottawa University in the US. The program focused on career it focused on career opportunities for nurses by its practical hands-on base with it is practical hands-on base, and the program is 36 credit hours with 18 credit hours for core courses and 18 credit hours for specialized the elective courses.
What would the program do for you?
As a practicing nurse in SYZ Hospital, my interest in Masters in Nursing was inspired by my current role in my department. My main role is
Yeah, there we go again. So yeah, it is what it is. So I don't know. So Charlotte, I'll just give you something based on the two questions. Um, when I asked you to tell me about the program, you said it's a 2-year program, and it focuses on with specialization in leadership management. Did you say nursing leadership? I think that's what I heard. The thing is that um, what is leadership? Nursing leadership. What? Okay, so you were whatever you said is your area of specialization. When you were trying to explain, you were trying to tell me you were trying to tell me, you were trying to describe the program to me. You were talking about career opportunities for nursing, leadership, management, and um, I'm even confused myself. But the answer is not. It didn't really sound strong enough to me. It wasn't like a solid answer. It's like you were trying to describe the program. The question is, tell me about the program. But I didn't really feel like you were describing what the program is about. I didn't really sense anything like, it wasn't a good answer to me. When I asked you, why do you want to study the program, you said, as a practicing nurse, you've seen hands on, whatever. I mean, it's not, your answer is not really, it's very difficult, right? It's not really solid. You have to think about your why. I made a video, was it yesterday, about, more like last minute tips, more like updated version. I'll probably post that video this week. So you guys have to really think about your why very well. Why do you need a program? What exactly somebody's Yeah, you guys, I don't think I can interview you guys because today is more like not a favorable date, right, for you guys. So yeah. So yeah, so you guys have to think about your whys very well. Why do you need a program? What exactly? And the visa officer is trying to hear you say something that is very convincing. You were not even sure about how to answer the question, what to say. Like, nah, you just have to know what you have to say because you want to pursue the program. So you should know what you want to, you should know what the program will do for you. Right now, all of you have left and you're all trying to join again. I'll add you and then I don't know what to do about this. So I don't know. All right. So um Red Plus is shy guy. I have requested on Telegram and WhatsApp several times for a mock interview. So Red Plus Pharmacy, it doesn't work like that. It is not based on what you want. It is based on availability. It is based on the fact that it is done only once a week, which is only on Sundays. And on Sundays, three students are selected. If three students have already been selected and then you just submit your details, like what are you doing? Some of you guys, I don't understand you. You have to wait for the request, and then when the request comes in, then you send your details. And the request is always, I don't know, maybe send your details by Wednesday or Thursday. I don't remember whether Wednesday or Thursday. And then some people will send their request maybe Friday, and then they are angry that they were not selected. I'm like, it's very simple. Some of you, I don't understand. This is very simple. A request will be made. Once you see the request, you send your details. Very simple. Students will complicate things and then they get angry over nothing. Like, no, 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 it doesn't work like that. It's not like you want somebody will reach out to me. I have an interview tomorrow. I have an interview tomorrow. Can you do mock session with me right now? I'm like, you people, what is wrong with you? Like, what what is wrong with you? Like, it doesn't work like that. Life doesn't. It's not based on what you want. No, 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 no. It's not like that. You have to understand that people have other needs. People have to use their time for other stuff as well. So yeah, don't think it's just you. Okay, when you send me a message on TikTok and then I've not responded to it. What it means is that you probably have to go on YouTube. There is. I feel like if a student is serious, they will not even be asking questions because everything is on YouTube. I am in the WhatsApp groups. People don't know my number in the WhatsApp groups, but I'm in the WhatsApp groups, all the four WhatsApp groups. I am there just to monitor what is going on and stuff. I don't Nobody, those who have my personal number, they know how to reach out to me. But I'm there just because I want to make sure I am listening to all the questions that you guys have in the group. And then if it's something very significant, I have to make a video about it. I'll make a video. What that means is that I have videos about everything that you probably want to know about the study abroad process. Everything, visa interview, everything. I have videos about them. Students don't want to spend time. They just want to reach out, and then they think that they are the only people reaching out to you about certain questions. Meanwhile, so many other students have reached out about the same thing. Where is the time? 24 hours. Where is the time? You have family, you have friends, all of these things. Students don't understand it like that. They come no do it, and then you have to do it for them. No, it doesn't work like that. Um, Joel says, so I'm a bit frustrated because this live stream hasn't really worked out well. So that is also making me making me uh a bit unhappy, right? Joel says, should you disclose your relative, brother or sister in the DX1C form? Is it risky? If you ask me a question like this, what do you want me to tell you? So you want me to tell you to lie or to tell the truth? If you follow my videos, you will know what this is about. And I've always said that whether you have a brother or a sister, if you have good funding, it will take care of that. If you know some of the questions, just think about it. YouTube is a public space, so even if it is not a good, I'm not saying it's not a it's not a good idea, but I'm just saying even if it's not a good idea, are you expecting me to tell you that it's not a good idea so that what I should be in trouble? Like what? No, the thing is, if you have funding, you don't have to even think about whether you have a family or not. If you have funding, especially if your family, if you whatever you have, whether brother or sister, if the person is in another state, then that is a good thing because it's like you're not trying to be close to your brother or your sister. And even that, even if you are going to the same state as your brother or your sister, if you have good funding, it wouldn't matter, in my opinion. But if you don't have funding, then you are, like the thing is, you guys, I am even tired of advising you. I come across students you know, who will try to avoid application fees. They apply to only free schools, and then they end up with deficit of $30,000. And then they will come to me. How can I get funding? ABC. I'm like, you people, what is wrong with you? You don't listen to my advice. The person suggesting free application fee schools to you will not apply to that school. But when I tell you, don't waste your time on such schools. Take your time. Make sure there is funding. A lot of you will apply to schools that don't have funding, and then you come to me. There are some schools I've even mentioned to you guys. Please don't apply to those schools because of the fact that I've come across so many I-20 details. So I'll tell you, don't apply to these schools. You people, you will not listen. You go and apply, and then you come to me. How if there is no funding in the school? How can I get you funded? You just don't listen. And some of you, those of you who follow live sessions, like you are more likely to listen. But those of you who don't follow, you don't listen to anything. You just go and do your own thing, and you'll be sending a lot of messages. Somebody will send, so like how somebody is able to send like a long message on TikTok. I'm like, what is going on? How can you send me? So I should spend how many 5 minutes of my time like, reading, and then use how many minutes to respond to you? Then there are so many other messages as well. Like you people, you will not listen. You go and make so many mistakes, and then you come to me, you know, you avoid application fee of let's say $50 and end up with a cost of attendance of 30,000, no funding. And then some of you will go and process your visa, be denied. When your visa is denied, you will not take a break and find out why you were denied. You are quick, you want to go again, and then you'll be denied again. So by the time you realize that you have to seek advice and do the right thing, you would have you by then you would have probably wasted more than $1,000. Imagine $1,000, what you could have done with $1,000. You could have actually used $1,000 to apply to so many good schools, doing the right things. You will not listen. You know, let's see, you just make so many mistakes. You are so vulnerable. Study about creators who make videos and suggest schools to you. They are suggesting, they will say, oh, somebody will say, this school has low cost of attendance, and somebody is quick to apply. That's not enough. Low cost of attendance. If the cost of attendance is, let's say, $25,000, do you have the money? If you don't have the money, it means that low cost of attendance doesn't matter too much. You have to try and make sure there is funding as well. Somebody has 2.8. The person has not done evaluation. The person doesn't want to do evaluation because they have been told that a particular school requires 2.7. 2.7 could be for admission. Funding may require you to have 3.0 minimum. Student will not listen. 2.9. The person is chasing free application. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, by you people, you not listen because you don't like the truth. You just go and make mistakes, and then you'll be disturbing me. Today, it's like I'm on fire. Because I get frustrated by some of you make too many mistakes. You will not listen. Somebody will sit down one day and write SOP, and the person is done. How can you write SOP in one day? What's wrong with you? SOP, you are competing with 100 people. The department is trying to select maybe 5 or 10 students out of, let's say, 100. and then you are competing with so many other people. You will not take your time and spend many days to work on your SOP. You are quick, papa, papa, let me submit. Somebody will submit applications to 30 schools, 40 schools, and they will not take their time, you know. So you guys, thing is very simple, but you just make it so complicated. And then when I come like that, you want me to, you know. Okay, Hajia says, yes, I'm currently working with him as an accounts officer. Okay, so yeah, your cost of attendance is 32,699. University of Michigan Flint. Okay, so your brother, if you are working for your uncle, fine. Then yes, you can explain it. Yeah, it depends on different things. It depends on how large the company is, and all of that. Somebody is presenting a company. The person doesn't have any sponsor. The person doesn't have any funding, right? And the person is presenting his father or his mother. Yet the description of the company is even small. It's not The company is not even online. If you tell the person don't apply for the visa, they will apply and then they will be denied. They will not listen. Then they will blame the US embassy that they've taken their money. Who has taken your money? Did they ask you to apply for the visa? You sat down, you say you want to apply for the visa, and then you've applied for the visa and you are denied, and you are saying the US embassy is taking your money. Taking your money, what do you mean by taking your money? Like, take your time, just look at student. They will not listen. They will not listen. Me, Charlie, when I came back, I was actually I was actually the one in charge of the Shai assistants, the WhatsApp number. I was in charge of that. And I was receiving so many messages responding to students. A student comes to me and I'm like, oh, go to this video. Go to this video. The student is angry that I said go to this video. The answer is there. The student is angry. So I wake up and it's like I have it's like I wake up, I have like maybe 30 or 40 messages. And everybody is in a rush for me to, like, they want me to answer them quickly. They don't know that other people have also sent me messages around the same time, and we have different time zones. Depend on the season. The time difference between where I am in Ghana is 6 hours. Sometimes it's 5 hours. So it's like by you 11 a.m. in Ghana is my, I mean, depend on the time, maybe 5 or something, right? And the students will send a message at 9. By 11, if I have not responded, the person is angry that it's been 2 hours. I have not. So right now, I'm like, you just don't listen. You don't listen. Don't listen. Don't listen at all. Joel says the free schools there, forget to. Sha has told you already. Oh, sorry, this is English. This is the other. I was going to speak Chi. Okay, so yeah, the free schools, please stay away from them. Stay away from them. If you can get a waiver, right? It also depends on the waiver. All these waivers that they post around, online waivers, forget about them. They are not going to help you unless maybe your GPA is 3.5 and above. Then you can chase some of these free application fees. But your GPA is 3.1, you are chasing free application, like what is wrong with you? Right. But some of the waivers, they can be good. It depends. Like, a good waiver is if you attend an information session. That is a good waiver. But even before you ask for such a waiver, you have to make sure there is funding or in the school. There is no funding. Why waste your time? You know. So yeah, I think I've talked a lot. So let me see Comfort, can you hear me? Let me see if Comfort is still
Yes,
there.
sir. I can hear you.
Okay. Let me.
I can hear you, sir.
All right. So Comfort, who is sponsoring your studies?
My father.
Your father. Tell me more. What does he do?
Oh, okay. My father, who is a large agro producer exporter. We originally cultivate and produce farm products like cola nuts, in which we export over across countries like Asia and other countries like Germany.
Okay. So your father's
The
company,
family business typically generates
your father's company, does it have a name? Does it have a
yes,
name? And so it is online too. Is it online? If I
yes,
Google
yes,
the name of it. Sorry. Yes, yes, yes to everything, right?
No, no, it's not.
It's not online.
No. Yeah.
Okay. What is your cost of attendance?
My cost of attendance is 42,000.
Okay. Has your father traveled before outside?
No.
You are a Nigerian, right? Okay, you are a Nigerian. So your father hasn't traveled before, but your father import sorry exports exports what agricultural produce to Asia and other places.
Yes.
How is that possible? Like, I will not believe it. The visa officer will not believe this thing. That if you think that's that's just the way it is. Because the reason why a officer will ask you if your father has traveled before is you don't have any funding. Your father, you claim your father is going to spend what, $42,000 on you. Is it a bachelor's degree program or masters?
No. No,
Masters.
I have funding
Okay, funding of how much?
which covers more than half of my tuition.
So funding of how much?
14,000.
14.
14,000.
So funding of 14, and then you have a
Yeah.
deficit of how much? 42,000.
Yes.
But you said funding covers half. For 14,000 and 42. How are they the same? Or maybe I didn't hear you well, but yeah. So the thing is that you have funding of 14. 14 is too small.
I
So
so aside
okay.
my living expenses, I'm only calculating for my tuition.
So it covers 50% of your tuition. That's what you meant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the thing is that your father's company, if it's so big enough to be able to sponsor your studies in the US, think about it. $42,000 in Nigerian naira, it's not a small money. No, it's not small. Like it's a whole, it's millions of naira. You know, think about it very well. That is not a credible sponsor. Based on the way we establish credibility, that is not a credible sponsor. So that is not going to help you prove your finances. It's not. That's why I asked you, has your father traveled before? If he had traveled before, then it's like, okay, because he exports to other countries, yes, then you expect him to have been to those countries, although like you mentioned Asia, so the Asian continent. But if that is not the case, how will the visa officer believe that your father can sponsor your studies? So if somebody watches this mock session, the person in a situation like this will know that a father like that, using a father is a good thing. But if you are presenting a father who is into agro, produce and stuff like that, the company is not online and he's not traveled before. Like, how do you convince the visa officer that, okay, you yourself, have you traveled before? No, right?
Yes.
That's the thing. So
Yes, I have.
okay, where do you go to?
I've been to Ghana, Togo, and Ivory Coast.
Yeah, those are not developed countries. When we say, have you traveled to another country, like, normally, the best places, either the US before or Europe before. If you've not been to the US or Europe before, then that doesn't help you, because those developed countries, they, when people are, you have to understand that when it comes to the visa interview, if you're from Africa, your finances is a big deal. So if you are going without funding like that, it's very difficult. There is a video I'm going to post on Tuesday about somebody who was approved. He had a tiny scholarship, 9% scholarship, but he was approved because he could prove his finances, and he has traveled to the UK before. That was a big deal in proving his finances. In your case, very, very difficult to prove that you can fund your studies in the US. That's the thing. But um, you've already spent some money, so you want to still go. So why do you need this? What are you going to study actually? What are you going to study?
Medical laboratory science.
Is it master's or PhD? Sorry, bachelor's degree.
Bachelor's.
Okay. You answered it as if it's more like a casual, chat. So you should say, yeah, you should say you're going to study, you know a bachelor's degree in um lab tech. I think I had lab tech. You're going to study a bachelor's degree in lab tech at
Okay,
in
so
UK.
I'm going to with concentration in clinical
Yeah, the network
laboratory
is not help.
science at network
Yeah, the network is not helping.
at Mary University in St. Louis, Missouri.
St.
My
Louis.
network is really bad.
Yeah, I went St. Louis.
Yes.
Uh, St. Louis. Hmm. The application fee to St. Louis is free, but for undergraduate studies, yes, most schools are free. So if you're an undergraduate student, then you can apply to free schools because most of them are free and you can get good, scholarship. That one is different, but most of the time when I'm saying something, I'm actually referring to graduate students. I think sometimes I have to make it that clear. Yeah, but St. Louis, the application fee is free, but I'm not too sure about. They have the yeah. You can get some funding. You can get some good funding. Maybe like 50%, I think, but to get more than 50% so that you don't have to worry about proving your finances, you have to, you know, have the SAT. Do you have the SAT? You don't, right?
No.
Yeah, that's the thing. SAT would have helped you
Yes, sir.
in terms of getting good funding. Okay, so why do you need this degree? Why do you need this degree?
To be able to contribute to the medical community at this science
At what?
because I have a strong passion. I choose clinical laboratory science because I have a strong passion for healthcare and science. I am particularly interested in laboratory testing and diagnosis. This field will help me to contribute to the medical community as it aligns with the area I would love to explore, which is clinical chemistry and microbiology.
So what do you hope to do with the degree? You say you want to contribute to the medical field. These answers, I know bachelor's degree, yeah, the answers don't have to be so like great, but you still have to be very clear about it. Exactly why you need a degree. These answers that you've given me, they're not really strong enough. And then your finances, like all of these things. And the visa interview, you guys have to take it seriously. It's like, yes, you are spending money in it. So sometimes even if you don't have funding, the way you appear there, at the embassy, the way you present yourself to the visa officer can actually help you prove your finances in a way. But if you go there and then you are so relaxed, like that will not even help you, right? Okay, so favor Adogu, Adogu, I believe. So yeah, you have you are a supporter. So yeah, YouTube highlights it. Okay, that's yeah. Thanks for being a supporter. Okay. Hamens says, how are you? I'm good. Yeah, Karen Hajia. Okay, I think I've read this. Hey, Tai, what's going on? My haircut is nice. This haircut, I didn't wanna, I didn't wanna do it, but somebody said I should do it, and I was like, huh, this haircut. Well, so, um, Emmanuel says, assuming you have submitted your DX1C form and later on you had a T offer, can you send an updated I-22 the view, or will it cause any problem? The I-20, if you get an updated I-20, they are only going to update the financial details. That's what I think, if I remember correctly. So it's like the service number is still the same. Everything else is the same. The point of contact, the school official, like everything is still going to be the same. So it doesn't really affect you in any way. You can still go with it, and it doesn't. I don't remember if the DX1 form anything any aspect of it has to change. I'm not too sure about that. Okay. Osborne. says I just came across. Well, actually, today I'm not able to see the chat, so that's why. Yeah, the software. I sometimes I want to stream on TikTok at the same time, but the software is just problematic sometimes. Husband says, okay, my cost for attendance is 61,000. I got a scholarship of 27,000 for 2 years. So that has been split for 2 years and a steady grant from an employer of 13,000 and then power of 40K. So I don't know what you have a cost of attendance of 61,000. Hey, Charlie, be careful. The worry is Shai is looking nice today, so he wants to transfer the heat. Charlie, it's not easy. You guys are not listening to me. That's the thing. Because me, I don't like students wasting money like that too. If you wanna spend money, spend it well. I'll tell you, I will not say the study abroad process, you're not going to spend anything. No, 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 that's not true. You have to spend money on the application fees. And not just spending the money, take your time. Make sure the school is a right school. That's the thing. But the student will not listen to me, right? And they'll come to me and with all kinds of questions. Oh, Kende is also here. Kende and Tai. Okay. Kende says, Shai, please, you didn't answer my question. Oh no. Kende says, fresh haircuts. You're looking nice, Shai. Hey, fresh hair. Hey. Emmanuel says, he said I didn't answer your question. Emmanuel, what was your question? Sometimes I don't see. So Emmanuel, I've gone up, but I don't know where it is. Okay, I think you said. So Emmanuel, I've answered your question. So I think you sent a question before I answered it. You guys, another thing about you guys, you're not patient. You don't wait for for me to answer. You're not patient. You guys, you have to take your time, right? I'll answer every question. Okay. Takunda says, quick question. I have a loan approved for my master's program in the US. So I just want to ask if it's correct to state them on the who is sponsoring the trip. I think with loan you have to go with other organization. I believe so. You have to go with other organization on the DX1C form. Okay. Or is it other organization slash company? I think there's something like that. That's what you go for. Okay, so Queen Raymond is here from Queen Raymond from Nigeria. And then Blessing Bliss, you sent a message, but then I don't see your message. YouTube has hidden the message. I don't know why. Isaac, how can I join the live session? So I've already said this. Opare, she's not answering the questions like she's at the viewers presence. Exactly, that is why I said you have to take this seriously. It's like war, right? It's your future. You cannot spend so much money and then be relaxed about it as if you don't know, you don't care. No, no, you have to care about it. It's a lot of money. Dr. Doom says this baby will be so rejected if she tries to talk like this during the interview. No charisma, no enthusiasm, no excitement. Exactly. Ibrahim says, please send the link to join. Okay, I've already talked about this. Okay, Leslie, what's going on? It's been a while. Okay, well, I think last week I saw your comments. Yeah, Leslie, I saw your comments when I posted the recorded mock interview. So yeah, Leslie. Hajia says, bro, please I have travel history. I have been to Russia and my uncle too has been traveling to Europe and China bringing automobile. So I mean, when it comes to funding where it is where it's uncle and stuff like that, I would just say it's 50-50. It's 50-50. It's very difficult like that. um Osborne says the school is Illinois Tech. All these Illinois Tech, they will not give you good funding. If you want to Illinois Tech, I don't recommend Illinois Tech. Illinois Tech will not give you. If you have the money, then you can apply to Illinois Tech. But if you don't have the money, because you're going to end up with a lot of deficits. Illinois Tech is in Chicago. Your cost of attendance is, yeah, I think you mentioned 61. Yeah, that's about that. Yeah. I don't recommend Illinois Tech. Okay. It's very close to me, Illinois Tech, but I mean, it's just, I won't recommend it if you don't have the money. William says, and most of the people who go to Illinois Tech, University of New Haven, University of Bridgeport, all these people, they use loans. You know, William says, hi, Shai, in your opinion, what is good funding in terms of percentage to your cost of attendance? How do we join the WhatsApp group and the link? The WhatsApp, or when you check the description, This is a question I get so many times, and sometimes it's frustrating. I'm like, students will ask me, like in the comment section, a lot of times students are asking, how can I join the Telegram group? How can I join the WhatsApp group? But then, if you really care about what I am doing, you will want to go to the description of the video, any video that you came across, and check the description. When you check the description, you are going to see something like um how to connect with me, all links, something like that. If you click on it, you are going to see all the links together. There is a good. I've already explained why it's like that. So I just when I see those things, I'm like sometimes I answer some of these questions. Sometimes I ignore because I'm like, you guys, do you really want to come to the US? Because this is a basic thing you just have to know. You just don't watch a video, especially if you have a question about the video. You check the description of the video if you have a question about the video, to check if there is something, because I can make a video and then forget something. If I forget something, I'm more likely to put it in the description of the video, or I may comment the details about whatever I missed, and then I'll pin it in the comment section. That's just the way. But you will not check, and then you will quickly be typing questions. No, no, no. That's why I told you guys that you don't really, if you want to leave a comment, the comment has to be, oh, nice video, or or I followed this and it worked, or I did this. Those are the comments I want to see, not some of the questions that you guys ask, because some of the questions you ask, they've already been answered, but you guys just are not following. You just are not putting in the work. That's the whole. You are not putting in the work. You just, if you put in the work, you don't need me to answer certain questions to you. So anything about Park University, Park University, I've seen few things. I've seen few students with information out with like trying to go to Park University, like they have admission from Park University, but I didn't see any good funding. So you know whatever it is, I don't have to tell you about any school. There are so many of these schools. You have to go on the school's website. Sometimes it's not even about the school, but your program itself. These are things you have to do yourself. Nobody can do this work for you. Nah, it doesn't work like that. So Red Plus is, my cost of attendance is 25,000. Going for MBA, and I'm self-sponsoring. I am a pharmacist and retail pharmacist owner. Am I a good sponsor? So yeah, you may want to watch the video that I'm posting on Tuesday. The person is also sponsoring himself, but he has a company and he's traveled to the UK before. So yeah, you may wanna. The thing is that the video is not about his transcript. It's about what actually came in the interview. So it will not give you everything, but yeah, it depends on how you tell your story. It depends. These things, they are not straightforward like that. Okay. Theophilus already can tell currency says, is it a done deal when you have financial support? So financial support, what do you mean by financial support? Who is the source of financial support? Right? Depends. If you have full funding, it is still not a done deal. It's not a done deal. I've seen full funding who are denied. So full funding doesn't mean you'll be denied. You'll be out. Because if you have full funding and you cannot prove your why, is why do you need the program? If you cannot prove it, if you cannot show that you really need this program, you'll be denied. Or if you don't give any indication that you're coming back, you'll be denied. So it's not just full funding. Full funding is, it takes care of 50% of the work, but you still have 50% more work to do. Summer says, what if an individual apply to only one university, and if any the person and if and the person was admitted, will one university be a red flag? Or you can apply to one university and you'll be approved. It's not even a common question these days, because they don't. Yeah, the visa officer might not even ask you how many schools do you apply to, so that is not even something to. But yeah, if you apply to one school, you can explain why you apply to one school. Maybe there's something specific. It depends on, I don't know if I've posted stuff about this, but probably in some of the videos, maybe. So yeah, I'm just going to answer the questions that I have so far. I'm not answering any more questions, because I think we've done a lot already. So um Sue says, please, any idea about University of West Florida in terms of funding and cost of attendance, cost of living? That's not a good question. This is something you have to do yourself, because like I said, it is not even the university. it is the program itself, because in the same university they may fund some programs and not fund some programs. So it depends on your program. You have to go and find out yourself. It is I've explained some of the these processes, how to do all of these things. So you have, but it's something you have to do. It's on you. Nobody can do this for you. Okay. Leslie says, I have everything now, and I'm sure to come to you for one-on-one sessions. So my interview is early July. Okay, Leslie. I see. I mean, someone like Leslie, I can give you access to the course, the coaching course. But then one-on-one coaching takes a lot of time. So if you want one-on-one coaching, then I can give you a discount. So that is, but if you want, I can give you access to the course itself. But the course, it depends on who is using the course, because it's not, for some students, they need more help than the course. So it depends. Okay. So yeah, you can reach out to my assistants on Telegram. So Telegram, the way Telegram works, some of the messages, I am the one who sees them, because I access Telegram on my computer. So it depends. If so, yeah, you can send it. Once I see it, I'll be able to um, give you the code, so that you get a discount on it. This one is only Leslie, it's not everybody, because Leslie, I've seen Leslie so many times. So these things, they are not everybody. It's not, you don't do it for everybody. It's case by case, most of the time based on familiarity. So, and it's just what it is. Coaching, people have no idea, but coaching is a lot of work. Like, especially for some students, their stories are such that you don't have to do much, or even anything at all. For It's not just some few students, but most students, you have to actually refine the story will not look good. They will be denied if they go with it, so you have to change some things for them. It's a lot of work. You have to sit down. Sometimes the way I have to Google things to get to know the program, and like, it's a lot of work. It takes a lot of hours. So yeah, so that's why it cannot be free and all these things, right? It just, yeah. um Nathaniel says, okay, Mill says, this lady doesn't sound like she means this exactly. Yeah. um Nathaniel, okay, say is you are saying that, please, any idea about University of Maryland, Baltimore? You're asking the same question, like, the state of representative doesn't work like that. Okay, you have to find out everything about the school on your own, and your mom owning a hotel, all of these things. It depends. I cannot really say much, but the minimum from the description of what your parents do is that the company should be online. That helps a lot. That makes a big difference. And also, they should travel. They should have traveled before. Like, that shows that, oh, they are rich enough. Because if your parents have not traveled before, it's just difficult to believe that they have the money. Because just think about some of the rich people in your country. Think about the rich people. You cannot tell me the person is so rich and the person has not traveled before, like, not even for a vacation. Like, that is very difficult to believe. Okay, Rebecca. Okay, yeah, I'm almost done with this. So, Festo says, I studied for an MBA in France and currently secured admission for an MS in business analytics. My visa was refused last year in France. I'm considering Ghana this time around. What would you advise? I don't know why you were denied, so I don't know. It doesn't say anything. um, some of the questions, it's very difficult for somebody to give you an advice. Unless you want a bad advice, then I can give you general advice. But sometimes it has to be very specific to your case, because everybody's story is different. It's very unique in a way. So you have to. So I cannot really. But yeah, if you are done with your program and you are going back to Ghana, yes, then you have to go and do it in your home country. But it's not because you are going to Ghana that your visa will be approved. No, it doesn't work like that. There are people who finished their programs in Europe and they went for the visa, they were approved, and they are coming to the US. So it has nothing to do with, it's not necessarily because you are in that country. Okay. Rebecca Fori, is it like, Shai, please, is it like those with GTA, TA have background with education or education experience, or has been a teaching assistant before? What of us with no background in teaching and research skill? You don't need to be a teaching assistant or a research assistant before you get GA. No, it's not like that. The GA is based on your application materials. Like your Frederick had a GPA of 2.5, And when he got a GPA of, when he decided to do study abroad stuff, right? He evaluated his transcript. So his GPA of 2.5 became 3.04. So if your GPA is low, the first thing is you have to do evaluation. If evaluation doesn't help you, then you probably want to go back to school again. Yeah, it is what it is. But if evaluation helps you to at least, be around maybe 2.8, maybe 2.8, it's not, or maybe 2.9. Yeah, 2.8, 2.9 maybe, but at least ideally it should be the minimum should be 3.0. That will give you a better chance. Not like a better chance, but it will give you some, like, yeah, I don't know, moderate chance maybe, right? But then it will require you to put in a lot of work. Your SOP, what is it what do you want to solve, right? What is your background, and how did you develop interest in something, and what are you going to solve, and how does the program fit into that? That is your SOP. Yeah. If your story is convincing, that can help you. Your resume, what have you been doing? It doesn't have to be teaching, but what have you been doing? One of the things that we Africans we don't do is we don't do a lot of community service, because it's like, yeah, we think that, when we do it, somebody, the one in charge, the head of the NGO or something, is, you know chopping all the money. So, but community service helps a lot. And if you do community service and then you post what you've been doing on LinkedIn, that helps a lot. Some of you are not on LinkedIn, and I don't know what you are still doing. You have to be on LinkedIn. Okay. um so yeah. So, Takwin, Takwinda, you're welcome. And Leslie, you're welcome as well. Joel says, Shy, when it's my turn, I will have discounts. Well, I'm not too sure about it. Well, before you even decide to enroll, I may have even increased the price, because I have other things that I'm doing. I'm teaching, and all of that, and other things. So sometimes the price would, because the price is already discounted. It's a discounted amount, right? I always tell you guys that the true value of what I charge for coaching is more than $500, because you have to understand that 1 hour in the US is not the same as 1 hour in Ghana. You have to understand, if you sacrifice 1 hour in the US, it is so much more than sacrificing 1 hour in Ghana or Nigeria or whatever country. So it's not the same thing. That's why some of these things are expensive. If you're in Ghana and then you convert the money, you'll be like, oh, it's charging too much, because you don't understand. It's not the same thing. My 1 hour here is, and it's not just 1 hour, but many years of coaching. And my coaching, my coaching were, experience me coaching a lot of students for free. Got nothing out of that. Some of them they were loyal. I don't know if you guys watched Dr. Boache, right? He's one of the guys that I helped, and he's been very good. But some of the guys who came, they've been misbehaving. Some of them they come and then they grow horns. They start disrespecting me, and they start, you need something, and then you call this person, the person will not even help you. So it's like, I did all of these free things for these people, and that gave me a lot of experience. So yeah, all these experiences plus my time, like, it's a whole lot. So what I charge students, yeah. So it depends. I may increase the price if I have so much work to do, because like I said, coaching is a lot of work. Making sure the story is good is a lot of work. Some students, they come and then they've been denied before, and sometimes that is also a lot of work. And yeah, there can be some back and forth, send me this, or let's talk about this. Like, it's a whole lot. So yeah. So don't think about discounts. Okay. The discount is just for a few students. Just, it's not everybody. There are some people that I'm actually coaching for free, and some of them I've mentioned their names here already. So it depends. Those people established themselves long time ago, last year. So then, yeah, they deserve the credit, right? So it depends. It's not everybody. You can't do it for everybody. Mail says my application was denied because my referees delayed in uploading the references. How do I get them to submit it in time? So you talk to them early and start the application early and submit it early, so that you give them enough time to submit it on time. And you have to get assurances from them. If you don't get assurances from them, you have to talk to other people. And also, you should check my recommendation letter video, so that you can craft something good and convince them before, so that they don't really have to do much work. Because if they know they are not going to do too much for you to submit a recommendation letter, then they are more inclined to do it. So it depends. So you have to do all of these things. All right, so I'm going to end it here. I think I have answered your questions, and right now it's over an hour, so we are going to end it here. Thank you so much for your time, and good luck to you. I really appreciate all of you, and yeah, hopefully some of you are able to join this fall. I know some of you are coming. Some of you in the chats, yeah, you are coming. So hopefully I'll be able to host you guys actually, in a live session. Then it's like all of a sudden you're going to be on the other side, and then you'll be talking to people on, you know, like on the other side, right? Where you used to be. That's interesting. So yeah, hopefully you guys are able to come, and then next year some of you, those of you who are not able to come, will be able to come as well. So thanks so much, and